I'm going to share with you today the two main reasons why diet plans never ever work and why they won't work for you now, they won't work for you in the future, and what you should do instead. So here's the example, guys. You print off a brand new diet plan that's going to maximize fat loss for you in the shortest possible time. And it will get really good results. But here's the problem. Let's say you have a meal plan that says you've got to have 6 meals a day, chicken, broccoli, rice, all this stuff that's going to get you great results. Then what happens is you go out into reality, you go out into the real world, you go out into your work life. And what happens is you wake up early, you got to have meal number 1 to cook, you miss that meal, and the whole plan is off. And then what happens is you feel like you failed, you feel like, and then what happens as well, you have no backup. So then you end up eating junk for breakfast, or you skip breakfast and binge eat at lunchtime, or maybe binge eating in the evening. So that's an example of why you can't just take a diet plan and expect it to fall into your lifestyle. You have to always, again, guys, in the last video, look at your lifestyle first and build the diet plan into that. It's the same way as if you were to rate your diet out of 10 right now. A lot of people have bad habits. A lot of people are at 2, especially if you're, you run a business, you're on the go, you have a hectic lifestyle, high stress, high pressure environment. Your diet might be at a 2 out of 10 right now. What makes you think you can go from 2 to 10 and be perfect? It never works like that. So on top of that as well, if you were to cut out all your favorite foods and just eat chicken, rice, broccoli as an example, you're going to crumble psychologically because all you're going to think about is the food you're missing out on. And then what happens is you have these cheat days where you overeat and you overconsume, and it takes you to a place where you're all or nothing, and psychologically it's not going to do you any favors in the future. So guys, what can you do? What should you do? What do I do with my clients? What do I do inside Project Breakthrough? So what we do is we don't want to go from 0 to 100, essentially something that's imperfect, and make it perfect. We want to create a domino effect of habits so that, it's not going to take its toll on your lifestyle. You're not being so conscious and you're not going to feel overwhelmed. I know your day's already hectic. The last thing you want to do is try and think about what you're eating all the time and making these drastic changes. You don't have the time, you don't have the patience, and you don't want to take away from your family life. So let's talk about that domino effect as an example. So I might have a client that comes to me and they want to go hard, they want to make all these dietary changes. But I say to them, look, week 1, drink more water, eat protein at breakfast. Now, what that's going to do is it's not solving everything, but say the puzzle was 40 pieces. We're taking those first 2 pieces. And just by making those 2 changes, they'll probably get their first 2 to 3 pounds off. And what's happened there is you've got a positive result. You've got bite-sized goals that you can actually action. And you're not overly thinking because it's so bite-sized. Take 2 small changes. Examine exactly how you're going to do that to make it happen. And then you've got a consistent habit. And then the week after, we make another 2 changes. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you think about it, in 10 days, or 10 weeks, sorry, you've made 20 changes to your body that you're going to take into the future. So guys, what version do you want to be? Do you want to be guy number 1 who tries to do everything at once, feels overwhelmed, crumbles psychologically, and is on this endless loop, this cycle of trying new diets, trying supplements, trying fads, but nothing ever seems consistent, even though you are getting short-term results? Or do you want to be one of the guys like we train inside the academy, the guys that are making changes at a slightly slower pace, but for the long term? So they're never in a position where they're going to relapse. They psychologically feel great. They're stable. They've got their sanity. They're not cutting out their favorite foods. They're eating meals with their family. They're going out on the weekend and they're still getting results. So guys, what side of the fence do you want to be on? That is all for today's nutrition plan. Thanks, guys.